All right, I did a little bit of off-camera work. I was digging the hole, and it was taking way too long. So I expanded my drill, and then expanded it again, and then expanded it again. This is the current size I'm working with. It is 9 down, 9 tall, by 16 wide. And as you can see, we've gotten quite a ways so far. This goes all the way around. Show you on the map. Goes all the way around, and then it also does go underneath a bit as well. But started getting mobs down there. So what I think I'm gonna what I think I'm gonna do, yeah, see mobs. That I'm running away. What I think I'm gonna do with this is I'm gonna go back up to my home and I'm going to dig out as much as I can while still leaving enough room for me to work up here and continue digging downwards. And then this, all of this, the nether portal, the horse, my tree farm, which I made, as well as all this stuff will be the last to be moved to the bottom of the hole once we get there. I thought it would be a good idea to increase iron production, so I have 3 double chests of cobblestone running into my grindstones, and they now run into 2 chests because this one kept getting full. I increased how many water wheels we have, so we now have 3 of them. And I increased the rotational speed of the grindstones. I made sure that there's enough rotational force, kinetic stress, for my mixer with my blaze burner in case I need any more grass for the deployers. I added the item vault on the back of this because it was just filling up way too fast. So the item vault was a nice addition, as well as I added, this is a disenchanter, so I kept getting a lot of pillagers, and you can see that's all my XP. There's like 36 levels in there if I remember correctly. And that's about it. So I'm gonna get going on getting this top layer taken care of so I can keep going down, and I will be back in a little bit. I think it might be time for a montage. My first montage. Let's get it. Yeah, let's get it.
Nom nom nom.
Alrighty. What'd you guys think? Please let me know what you thought. I worked very hard on that. We made it all the way down. As you can see, there's a giant hole, and I still need to move everything that's up there, my entire base, down here. I seem to have also dug into a slime chunk, which is very unfortunate. And it's going to be quite annoying, actually, if they spawn in my base. But I guess it's something that we'll have to deal with, and maybe we can spawn-proof it somehow. I'm not exactly sure how to do that, if I'm being honest. But in the meantime of that montage, and now, I went ahead and there was a lot of lava over here. I will go in free cam, show you. It was this tall all the way along. And I have to admit, I did change the configuration of the fluid tanks. But if I go into my backpack and take this, and this, I can show you what I'm working with, and I can show you why I changed what I did. Yeah, it's a lot. I was filling these up just way too fast, and I couldn't make the fluid tanks fast enough with my current setup up there. And I also was tearing through thousands of wood, like thousands of logs, trying to make barrels to keep making more of these fluid tanks. So once these are emptied, the configuration will get reset back to normal, where it's supposed to be, because I don't want it to feel like I am kind of cheating, which this does feel a little, I do feel a little guilty about this, but I'm doing what I have to get this taken care of. I've already been working on this hole for about 25 hours now, including the time to take the lava out of the pit. But we still do have a little bit of ways to go, but I figured it was close enough to get started on where I'm gonna actually have my like base level. And I'm thinking it's gonna be something along the lines of maybe like up here, or somewhere wherever it is going to be taller than my mining machine, which I have to show you guys too, because it was bigger than when we started. So if I pick this up and I switch this to the mining machine, yeah, it is a whole lot bigger. So it ended up being, I think it's 16 blocks tall by 32 blocks wide. Whatever the math is for it to end up breaking 512 blocks at a time. And this was accomplished by a mixture of smelting some iron that I got from like mining the hole, but also mostly just a lot of time having this thing running. In the meantime, having this thing running while I was doing my thing down here. And yeah, I ended up with a whole lot of cobblestone and deep slate. There's 393,000 with a void upgrade here. Is that 6? Yeah, 6 emerald storage upgrades with a void upgrade because I could not store anything else. I did have a bunch of emeralds from the different villages, like here, and then there was one over here, and I think those are the only 2. Oh no, I'm sorry, from this little village over here too, where my base originally was. And as you can see, yes, it is a very big hole. It was, just a reminder, 7 chunks by 7 chunks with 1 extra block on each side for my walls. So if I come over here and press F3 and G, you can see they're just 1 block extra. Because if I was to dig it just 7 chunks by 7 chunks, this red border here is where the edge of the hole would be. But I'm very happy that I decided to do that ahead of time. I also took the time to get some of my tools enchanted. with the XP that I got actually just from mining all the ores, like the coal and diamonds and stuff. So they're not bad. There's nothing on that. And then I do have a few more tools here. The fortune was quite nice. Helped me get a few more stuff. But if I make my way back up to my house, I can show you actually all of the ores that I've gotten. So almost 700 diamonds, 6,000 redstone. The copper, there's already about probably 2,000 of it smelted to make the copper, the fluid tanks. A crap ton of andesite, crap ton of diorite, bunch of iron, as you can see, bunch of zinc. I made some more brass. I smelted the zinc. We have a lot of tough. And that's really about it. I mean, we'll be set on blocks for a little bit, but I want to make sure that, yeah, I mean, look at that. 1,273 blocks of raw copper. So, but yeah, I want to make sure that we have more than enough room down here to just kind of do what we want. And I want to make it so that it's a block or two taller, like the space underneath my floor is a block or two taller than the top of the mining machine, because I'm not going to make that any bigger and like any taller. And then if we want more resources, whether it be deep slate or diamonds or whatnot, we can just go to one of the walls and start mining. And I think that'll work out quite well, actually. And a benefit of having it that tall, with us digging all the way down to bedrock, there is nothing for us to dig to go deeper. So that means if I want to have, say, an infinite lava pool, which is 10,000 source blocks, then I need to have it raised up, and I need to have a hole to bedrock that's still gonna be massive. So I think this is just gonna be the best thing for me in this situation. I did go ahead and, yeah, there's my cobblestone that was up there. I picked it up with the pickup mod and brought it down here. And this is just a little smelter that it's very manual. I have to take cobblestone and, oh, well, there was a filter on it to keep it from doing that, but I went ahead and smelted a whole bunch of cobblestone into stone and turned it into stone bricks. And I hope this will be enough to get started where I want to, but I'm probably gonna go 20 blocks from the highest piece of bedrock that I can find. And then that is what our base level is gonna be. So if I go ahead and get some stone bricks and get started, I will come back once we have some stuff done. Okay, and now after a bunch of time, I have gotten a whole floor in. This is actually a lot more work than it looks. I used multiple diamond building wands, and when I say multiple, I mean like 15 of them. But I went ahead, put the stone brick as the base level, and then the dirt on the top. And I also got rid of where my old home was, and that's what all of these barrels are. I silk touched some of the grass with vein miner, and I'm gonna have that spread. All of the torches are evenly spaced, but unfortunately, due to how long this took me to make, I am out of time for today. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, like, comment, and subscribe. See you later.